Penguin Random House Audio presents Body First Healing. Get unstuck and recover from trauma with somatic healing. This is the author, Brittany Piper. Note to listeners: this program includes a downloadable PDF that contains worksheets, references, and other visuals from the book. This book is dedicated to the children found in each of us, the ones who fought to keep us free, the ones whose armor protects us still today. May they rest now, may they play, may they dream. We can take it from here. Author's note: the somatic experiencing modality is provided for educational and informational purposes only and does not constitute providing medical advice, medical treatment, or tools used for diagnosing or treating a health problem or disease. Those seeking personal medical advice should consult with a licensed physician. For more information about the somatic experiencing modality, please visit the website www.traumahealing.org. Introduction: From Concrete Bottom to Resilience and Healing. A hero lies in you, Mariah Carey. As I type this letter to you, my dear listener, I'm sitting at my kitchen counter with my 4-month-old daughter still sound asleep in her car seat beside me. We just arrived back home from running a few errands. My 3-year-old son is at the park with our nanny, and my husband is upstairs in his office working. In the background, a shuffled blend of Celine Dion radio plays lightly through the house speakers, filling my quiet and sun-soaked home with echoed melodies that remind me of my childhood. Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, and Phil Collins, to name a few. To many, this might seem like just another boring day. But for younger me, the 20-something Brit literally battling for her life, this was just the type of day I couldn't have even dreamed of. A day devoid of chaos and unhealthy behaviors in the name of survival. Perhaps you know the feeling, the juxtaposition of hopelessly longing for the never-ending roller coaster of dysfunction to stop, while also being fearfully resistant to exiting the ride you've come to know all too well. As someone who survived and made it off that roller coaster, I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be a life sentence, and that what will actually save you from the chaos you're held captive to isn't found outside of you but within you. It's true. The hero of this story isn't your therapist, your medications, your partner, your kids, or even this book. The hero in your life, as cheesy as it sounds, has and always will be you. Believe it or not, your body and brain were innately and brilliantly built not to just survive in the worst of conditions, but to truly live and thrive. You, my friend, are your own best healer. Ironically enough, as I write to you these words, Mariah Carey's self-empowering anthem, Hero, plays in the background. Look inside you and be strong. I've come to learn in both my personal and professional lives that healing doesn't mean becoming a new version of you. Healing is rediscovering who you were before the survival responses of your nervous system told you who to be. Following trauma that's too overwhelming, the nervous system often becomes ensnared in chronic states of survival mode: fight, flight, shutdown, functional freeze, or fawn, which you will learn about in detail later in this book. This can leave us seemingly trapped in the adrenaline-fueled survival responses of the past, aka the threat response cycle, even though we are safely living in the present. As Dr. Peter A. Levine, the developer of the somatic experiencing trauma recovery method we will explore together in this book, aptly describes it, trauma is an internal straitjacket created when a devastating moment is frozen in time. It stifles the unfolding of being and strangles our attempts to move forward with our lives. It disconnects us from ourselves, others, nature, and spirit. When overwhelmed by threat, we are frozen in fear, as though our instinctive survival energies, adrenaline, were all dressed up with no place to go. With this description in mind, we can easily say that healing is aimed at allowing ourselves, more specifically our nervous system, to get unstuck from the overwhelm of the past and catch up to the safety of the present. Soma means of the body, and in somatic experiencing, SE, we gently guide you out of your head and into the experience of your body where the nervous system can be accessed. By learning the language of your unique system through sensation, feeling, and emotion, you'll have a greater capacity to process discomfort or what was once too overwhelming to be with. This will allow your system to complete its thwarted threat response cycle and release the pent-up adrenaline or survival energy from the past. Through somatic experiencing, you can become a more present and regulated you. Imagine the protective layers you've had to wear to survive trauma as a set of nesting dolls. Healing necessitates cracking open and shedding each heroic layer. The people-pleasing part of you, the anxious part of you, the defensive part of you, the isolating part of you, and that numb part of you. Healing is holding compassionate space and understanding for each of these versions of you, while also reminding yourself that the core of who you are has never been too far lost, but just hidden away under these shields that were meant to keep you safe. Woven throughout this book, you'll witness my own confrontations with the many coats of armor that once kept me alive but eventually overstayed their welcome. You'll also be given a somatic roadmap that will take you on a profound yet gentle journey to come to know your own armor. When in your life did your nervous system armor up? Is it fight, flight, shut down, freeze, or fawn? What are the characteristics of that armor? How does it inform your patterns of behaviors, thoughts, beliefs, emotional states, overall physical health, and more? Why, even after the trauma has passed and the battle is over, are you stuck with this armor on? How can you begin to slowly remove it, and what will take its place? My deepest hope for you is that while listening to this book, you begin to soften to the parts of you that you've long seen as burdensome and self-sabotaging, and recognize that they were simply maladaptive coping patterns of self-protection. I hope that by staying open and curious about these patterns, and by learning the science behind what drives them, you learn that you in fact are not broken and do not need fixing, and that the ways that you've had to survive make perfect sense based on your body's and your brain's instinctual responses and past experiences. When I reflect on my own healing, that's what I would have hoped for myself too. This book is the culmination of everything I wish I had known in my darkest years. This is translation work, really, not the discovery of new information. It's the simple somatic practices, the revolutionary knowledge, the inspiration, and the compassion that would have gifted me a lot more living and a lot less just surviving. If you're listening to this book, it's likely you've exhausted a long list of healing options just as I did, yet you still feel stuck. The good news is you're listening to this book, a book that will help you finally discover the innate tools for self-healing that your body has naturally carried all along. As I type this, I can hear the collective cry from so many of my clients during the years. After decades of suffering, I wish I had known about these practices sooner. At last, my friend, you're on the precipice of true and lasting healing. I am beyond excited for you. In this moment, I'm brought back to the present with my daughter. She gently sleeps with a dreamy little grin spread across her face. As I observe her, I see me, and again, I'm reminded of younger Britt. Had you told her that she'd one day write a book filled with personal tales of hope, healing, and a tried and true roadmap for recovery, she wouldn't have believed you. The truth is, throughout a good majority of my time on this earth, my brain lovingly suppressed many of the memories I gathered to share with you in this book. I'd liken crafting it to rummaging through a dust
Sample complete. Ready to continue?